Hi all. Okay, on to the next Allied Impulse, the 17th. Let's see what they get. 18th Airborne Corps, so deploy all Corps reserves. And looks like we have some up there. Yeah, so I'll bring them over and we'll have a look. Okay, this dark green hex is the only hex I can see. The deployment boundaries here and north for these guys. This dark green hex is there's no sorry, I interrupted myself. There's no 18 core on the board. We managed to eliminate all of them, so unless I'm missing something, they're all gone. So the first priority is find something in 3 of the division, then 3 of the corps, then 3 of the army. So the reason I've got this dark green cube is this is only position hex I can see that's proximate to a German unit and within 3 of somebody in the First Army. And I've actually worked out that this hex is surroundable as well. You guys can have a look. I was able to move some of these down and these across, and I got it surrounded anyway. So I suppose the reason I just point that out first is because if you come down to the if you figure out them first, I'm starting to realise that if you figure out them first and there's no any options, then you're then looking for something that's got the highest hold value that's proximate to a German unit. So now I can start looking at possibly Twapont, but don't think so. Roadblocks as well, you've got to consider roadblocks. Oh, this one's surrounded, but they're counted as empty hexes when you're trying to deploy the reserves. But that's what I see, so I'm now going to look at it and see if there's anything and it's got the highest hold value that a German unit's proximate to within the core area, and that'll probably be the candidate for the first unit. Okay, so there's me come up with 3 possibles, but like I say, if I've decided it's going to be the highest hold value, then there's no point. There might be other options. I guess I put this onto here just to show you that a roadblock can be an option. Now I thought I couldn't get to Trois Ponts, so Manhay, this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he can get to Manhay. But you can actually get to Trois Ponts as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got a hold value of 6. Manhay's got a hold value of 5. So I think it's going to be there that the first unit goes. There's no dangerous surround. Supplies traceable. Like I say, we can't get anything that's within 3 hexes of a unit in the same army, the way things stand at the moment. So I'm pretty sure that this unit is going to be deployed there. So I've left the green cube in Manhay because I'm pretty sure that's where the next one's going, because not only is it proximate to a German unit and have all the other criteria, it's now within 3 of a unit in the same division, and it's a 5 hold value. Stavot up there, he's a 5. I suppose 1, 2, 3 Spa's a 5 as well, but it certainly can't get a German unit to Spa. And there's no unit getting around to Stavot as well, so I'm pretty sure that number 2 is going to go into Manhay. Okay, and I should have mentioned, once I place this guy, you then start looking around about him. Obviously, it's kind of obvious because you're looking for within 3 of the same division, so that's why Manhay was an easy pick out. The roadblock up here, although it's German proximate, it's now adjacent to an allied unit. It's a 3. This is a 3 here, and it's within 3 of the division. Yeah, I feel pretty confident that the third one's going to go in here. It's not surroundable. So you can see that now the Allies have protected this 5 victory point hex and this 2 victory point hex that we were possibly able to reach in the next impulse. So it's pretty clever the way it works out. I think I've got that right, although the point reserves is probably the most tricky bit, apart from watching for the gaps. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do what I planned, so I'm going to play the Army Group B card for the Activate Camp group. It's a pity we can't quite reach Bastogne, because I kind of feel like if we were to get all the way to the edge and the Germans get another impulse, the Allies get another impulse, something's going to pop up. But I suppose there's a lot of roadblock checks en route anyway. So this is where I said I was going to put it. I was going to put it underneath so I don't hide the unit. So, because 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it grabs this guy as well. So it's nice. Again, it's going to activate all the cores, so they'll be ineligible for activation next impulse. But I think things have got a bit tighter up here with the 7th Armour appearing. So all these units down here, it feels like a time to go this way, slightly more south. Anyway, I'll have a look. That's what we're going to do. We'll start moving some units. Okay, first of all I'm going to move a couple of units around this area. I'm probably going to have an attack at this guy. I don't think this guy's moving, so I'll actually put the camp group on top just to let you see there's anything that's within 2 of that we can activate. So I'm going to move this infantry out of zone of control for 2, back in there for 3, and the same with this guy too. Fortunately I can't move, this is a woods hex, so I can't do any. But it's fine, we've now got them surrounded, so yeah, pretty sure that's coming in there for 2 movement. Okay, I think time to check for some roadblocks. I'm going to move this guy out, heading towards Bastogne. So first of its 5, I hope, movement points into there. So roadblock check just here. I'll get the dice set up. Okay, so roadblock check 1711 of 2. Oh yeah, of course, it's a 3. So good there. That's the first movement. I'll put a wee marker because this is a time where it could be relevant. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's coming into here for his second movement point. So roadblock check here. And it's 3. Okay. Oh, just the daisies. Chucking the camera about. So a roadblock appears in here. I never got too far, did they? So that stops him in his tracks, so I don't really need that marker anyway. Okay, back to the drawing board, let me have a look. Just while I'm thinking away here, guys, a couple of things coming into my head. St Vith is still open. Seems like an awful big gap in here. So, not sure if I mean, there's no allied units close to it. And hopefully some of the 1st SS can filter down, but then that's their boundary there. So, the other one I was thinking about was this guy. I've not put him into combat, and I think I mentioned the last time because he's green and I scared him out of the combat. When he takes a hit, he actually becomes normal quality, line quality, and he's activated at the moment as well. So just some of the things going through my head about should I bring him in, or should he maybe protect St Vith. He's got the fact he's got 4 steps. You know, it's a pretty strong unit. It's one of the units you kind of want to get flipped, you know, you want to have him in a fight and flip him over. Or you don't mind them flipping him over. Right, I'm starting to go off on one here. Hang on. Okay, going to move 6116 Panzer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 roadblock checks here. Again, I think by the rules you're meant to check the highest first. That's westernmost as well. So yeah, here's the stop. Well, he's run out of movement points anyway, so. But that was okay. There was no road connecting that roadblock until he got there, so pretty sure that's okay. So we'll check the 3 first. That's a 10. You see that? Yeah. And just mark it so we know. And check this 2. And we got a 4. So better result there, but yeah, I think I'm going to come and join his buddy here. Going to move this guy 1, 2, 3. So no check required for here yet because I've already checked. We need to check for there. And Hufo is. So it's a 4 this time. Oh, we get a 5. Nice one. Just. I'll put a cube there. I don't think anybody else is going to get there anyway, but okay. Bring this other 116, 1, 2. I think in here. This infantry. 1, 2, I think. Hang on. Yeah, I think so. I don't want to get them too disjointed for their core. Okay, right now my thinking is moving this guy up to St Vith, and I get the feeling some of you are screaming, no, don't do that. That's a waste. I don't know, scared something can pop up in Malmedy. come down to St Vith. I only have the Piper cut. I only have the... I can't activate the first SS completely. You know, if I could do that, at least I could get them down here protecting a little bit, but I don't have that option until... Well, there's one more card in the draw pile, but I'm going to see that soon. Well, I'm going to see that after this impulse. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna move this guy back up to St Vith. I feel the 58th core, the more moving forward, and these are going to back up a little bit. I'm going to, however, move this guy into here. And I think with the odds and chip draws we're going to have, I'm probably not going to care too much about... Well, I hope I'm not going to care the fact that he's green. And if I do get any A results, he'll be the first one to get it, shall we say. Okay, yeah, that's all our movement done. The stack and this unit on top here is all unit I've not, that's within the camp group that I've not activated, but they're going to attack this hex here. So I'll have a look at the attack. Okay, only one attack, and it should be overkill. So attacking here. So we've got 4, 9, 12. Another 10. That's 22, 25, 29. So 32 to 3. So yeah, 10 to 1 odds. Yeah, I don't want to play any combat tactics, so I think I've got enough chip pools anyway. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, no elites. That was probably a blunder, to be honest. Oh, well, I can't remember where everything was now. So I'm not elites, but I've got, mind you, I've got a green unit in the attack anyway. So, you know what, guys, I planned it that way. Right, 11 chip pools. Okay, so no undetected defender, but still a combat tactic possibility for the allies, and we draw... Okay, we get lucky. It's been a while since we got lucky with these. So he draws engineers and he's in a town, so no effect with that, so that's good. So maximum of 11 chip pools, minimum of 2, so we'll get the 2, and bear in mind if we get a retreat result on him, he is going to take... Yeah, I'm going to have to look at... let's draw the first 2 chip pools first. Okay, so there's first 2 chip pools. Unfortunately, it's not a flank attack because it's in a town, so that doesn't count. So what was on the back of that? 1 hex attack, yeah. No, it's not that. Certainly not that. Only attacker armour, yes. So, yeah, I was just having a look there that I think 3 hits is going to kill this guy. So 1 soaks the town up. 2, then if we've got 2 hits left, he has to retreat to here and takes a step loss, and then he has to retreat to either there or there and also takes a step loss. So we only need D3. So, okay, I'm going to go to 8. Yeah, so 6 more. Oh dear. You know what, after I made my decision 8, I thought, why? I mean, maybe I'm starting to think hindsight now. I'm looking at the as I'm looking at the chits, drawing them out. But I don't know. I mean, I had 10-1 odds. I don't know. The only downside I did have was no elites, and well, wasn't just not elites, but I actually drew the chit as well. Where is it? Yeah, attacker green, and that's priority anyway. So I was right with my thinking. Well, to be honest, that was just luck. But yeah, I really feel like I should have drawn probably the whole 11 chits to make sure there's. I don't know. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, I'm sure you all counted up pretty quick, and I'm still looking at it, trying to get a better result. But it's D1. I mean, okay, I've not got a hit on myself, but it's a town. Two woods, chits. Yeah, this shows you what can happen there. Well, I don't think the guy should be going anywhere. There is that. It's unlikely he's going to squeeze. Well, even with the withdrawal, you get to. Yeah. Anyway, let's not ponder on a poor attack. Okay, so yeah, that's everything with the army group card, and that's 5 command points. So I only spent 1 card there. Whether that was clever or not as well, I don't know. I'll get to draw this last card, and hopefully we'll burn a lot of cards with the next impulse. I hope to just get 2 more impulses at most. So I'll tidy things up here, and we'll move on to... well, I'll show you the last card to draw, and then we'll move on to the Allied Impulse. Okay, there's a reminder in my hand. Well, the 5 cards I had, and this is the last card at the draw pile. So, there we are. Okay, let's have an Allied Impulse. Yeah, and just before I do, I'll just show you... I was taking the cube off the first SS, so they're now available. We activated 3 core though with that Kampf group. So none of them are available this impulse. Okay, on to the allies. Okay, they draw card number 8 to deploy 1st, 9th and 5th Armour Division. Now I don't think the 5th Armour's around for UL yet. But rather than pan the camera, I've got a 1st and a 9th Infantry Division in the reserve units. And it might not have been possible to deploy them if I hadn't. Alright, hang on. I do need to move the camera. Where are we up here? Yeah. Maybe I've not all worked it out, but I think no, actually it's going to be adjacent in it. You know what? I'm maybe jumping ahead of things here. Let's have a look and see if they can be deployed. There's 2 infantry units, so. Okay, I started to say that because I put this unit here, this would maybe deploy these guys here, but obviously it's adjacent to an allied unit, so the only 2 hexes I think a German unit is proximate to within the 5th Corps deployment area is these 2, and they're both adjacent to allied units, so I don't think these guys can be deployed. So pretty sure you can see the whole picture there if I've got it wrong, but so the next command would be to activate 1st, 9th and, well, I already said 5th Armour and aren't available. The 9th Infantry isn't on the board either, because that was the first one of them. So basically it's only the 1st Division of 5th Corps. So have a look. Okay, so yeah, out of the 1st, 9th and 5th armoured, there's only one unit on the board. It's this 1st Infantry Division. And funnily enough though, it can take an IP, so it can activate. Yeah, I think we're drawing 3 cards for that guy. My guess is he'll probably not do much, but you never know. Let's draw 3 cards and see. Okay, so first card's move. And might need to zoom out here a little bit. And it said the situation is unit stack not adjacent to a supplied German unit. Well, this is only a unit that we're talking about here, and it's not adjacent to a German unit, so the situation needs more looking at then. So the action is move to unoccupied DP hex to which a German unit is proximate. Okay, there's none of them. If none, move to unoccupied proximate German town city. There's none of them. If none, move adjacent to nearest proximate German unit. Right, so the nearest proximate German units are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, are here. So there's more than one. If more than one, move to target nearest to forward direction. That's the primary forward direction going that way, which makes you think it should be this one. So if he can move, now bear in mind he can't go across the river, but he can go 1, 2, 3. So he could potentially move adjacent to this stack from there. But then you've got these, preserve the line, avoid surround, protect VP hex. Well, he's not in a VP hex, so we don't need to worry about that one. The other 2 we need to look at, and of course preserve the line's one of my favourites. Not. Just have a look at surround, because it's quite possible he's surroundable there. Yeah, so that takes care of that. He's actually surroundable here and here. This unit can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even. So it can actually surround this. If, for instance, that's where it's going, but it's going there, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and surround them. So there's not going to be any move. At least I don't think there is. The last, well, it says if none, as in, sorry, it said if more than one, move to target nearest to forward direction, like I already said. And then it says if none, move in forward direction. But there's not none, so I don't think it can move at all. Yeah. If none means if there's none, and there is some, so, and it can't do it. So let's move on. Okay, next card's open supply line. The situation is either the unit is proximate to an empty hex that if occupied by that unit would enable allied units currently unable to trade supply to do so. There's none of these units that can't trace supply, or B unit is unable to trace supply proximate to hex from which it could do so. That is if this was unable to trace supply and it could move. So open supply line doesn't happen either. So the last card, pull back. The situation is unit stack in a hex less than 5 hold value, able to move and out of communication or in danger of surround. It's not. It's not in danger of surround. It's not out of communication. So it is going to get that IP, and then that will be the allied impulse over. So yeah, it's got an IP, and we'll move on to our German impulse. Okay, here's the first activation. I'm going to use the Piper card, I was telling you about earlier. So it's got a special event on the 17th and the 18th. On the 18th it activates the 150. We're not going to see this card on the 18th anyway, so, but we've got on the 17th, which is probably better. So on the 17th it activates the Piper, and you get to ignore allied zone of controls. So it means the Piper can just walk through and not care about zone of controls. So we're going to do that. You'll see it's 0 cost, So if he did get involved in an attack, he wouldn't be able to play any combat tactics, but he's not going to be doing any of that anyway. So he starts here, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, like I say, ignoring the zone of controls. So 4 movement points to get to there. He now needs to take a bridge check there though. So the bridge will blow on a 1 or a 2. Okay, my dice rolling's not being great, is it? So that bridge is blown. Well, that puts a stop to one of the thoughts I had. It probably wasn't the best idea anyway. I was considering that if it didn't blow, well, there's 4 movement points there, move on, 5, 6, and be in range of Verviers, but you've still got roadblocks to get there. So that maybe in the next day, if I got that activated them, I could maybe have pushed them all the way to Verviers, but however, it's probably better. My initial thought was stopping their enemies surrounding this guy. So that's him. Yeah, he can't really move. Well, he could start moving back again, but he's not going to do that. He's just going to stop there. Okay, my second activation, I'm going to play the 80 core card, number 67. I'm going to deploy the reserve unit that's in the reserve unit box. It's 180 core reserve unit. So this is the first time we've done this. So it's got to be within the unit's German area, German army area, in a road that is a valid friendly supply head, at least 3 hexes away from any non-isolated allied unit or allied town. 2 hexes away if it's on a map edge, within 3 hexes of a unit in the same division. Well, that guy doesn't even have a division, but it's going to be 3 away from one of these core units. So yeah, so just give me a sec. Yeah, so I'm just going to place him here on the edge there. He's 3 away from that. He's within 3 of his core. Or, hang on. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll just put them there. I mean, all these 3 bridges are blown, so. In the past games, like I say, this is one of the bridges that I have managed to repair, and it has helped, but we need this guy out of the way first. Anyway, so that's me almost spent 2 command points. As you noticed, the previous card was a 0, but I'm actually going to pass a turn now. That's me. As long as I play the card, I've not spent 4 command points, but I'm just going to stop there and let the allies have an impulse, and then I'm going to use all the 4 cards in my next impulse. I hope that's the plan anyway. So back over to another allied impulse. Yeah, sorry, and just before we go, all these units become available to activate it. All these 3 core become available to activate now, and because I activated the Piper unit, it means the whole first SS can't activate in the next impulse for the Germans. Okay, so let's see what the allies draw for their impulse. 5 core, and well, we already tried to deploy the reserves last time, didn't we? Let me have a look. Yeah, I was just trying to think there. I paused this recording overnight, so couldn't remember what that was their last play. It was this card they played last, and we couldn't get them deployed, could we? So there has been a slight change with the Piper unit moving where he's moved to, but he's now, I've actually put him in a surrounded position, so he can't actually move out of there. So I don't think we can deploy the 5th Corps reserves again. So the next command is expedite Corps reserves, but the 18th doesn't have any 5th Corps reserves, so that's not going to happen. So then it drops down to activate all units in the core, and that's probably going to happen because we've now surrounded. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, it's all units in the core this time. It was only the first infantry we had the last time. So I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I'll go and have a look, see if I can work out for sure. Yeah, so we are going to activate them right away. These two units here are in a hex that could receive an IP, so that's always I like to go to, and that just tells you that they can activate. It doesn't matter about the rest of the situation. So this could be kind of nasty because it looks like this guy, he might have a chance of getting out of the situation I put him in. On saying that, this isn't zone of control because of the dispersed units. Okay, I'll draw 3 cards. So the first card's fill the gap. Unit proximate to empty position to which a German unit is also proximate. It's one to move to, but there's not any German units proximate to any hexes around this area. The only one I did think maybe Malmedy, but it's because he's breaking zone of control, it's going to be 3 movement into there, and 4, it would be 4 into Malmedy. And then also that brings up is that preserving the line? And I don't think it is, because I think it's enlarging. Okay, you can't cross like that, but I was thinking like that. That means the Piper can come through, so I think that's enlarging in the gap. Again, I'm never 100% confident with him. However, this allied unit's not proximate to here anyway. So I don't think we can fill the gap, so on to the next card. So the next card is move. In the situation, unit stack not adjacent to a supplied German unit. Well, all the 5th Corps are adjacent to a supplied German unit, so that doesn't apply. Okay, last card, withdraw under fire. I wondered if this one would come up, because I think this is the one that would affect these units here that are well, I said surrounded, but because of this guy, this stack's dispersed, they're actually not surrounded. They actually can move into this hex. So it brought up an interesting question here initially. Is this unit surrounded? The situation is unit surrounded or in danger of surround. And then I thought, well, he's not surrounded. And is he in danger of surround? Okay, he is. I noticed that this infantry unit can move in here, and that surrounds him. But before I was looking at that unit, I thought, these guys can't move into here because this stack's full. And this is dispersed, so I can't move a unit out to let a unit in to. So it brings up. I've had a wee look there regarding dispersed stuff, and you don't consider dispersed unit because I could easily get that dispersed marker off and then do stuff with it, but you don't consider that. I believe you don't. If it's dispersed, it can't move. It doesn't exert a zone of control. You just forget about it. But I'm jumping into something that doesn't matter here, because this unit can come in here, and then this unit's got zone of controls right around it, so it is in danger of surround. So, and it's in a hex that's hold value is, oh no, it's in a hex of hold value 5. Okay, let's look at this again. Yeah, okay, after going through all that, part of the condition is it's got to be in a hex that's less than 5 hold value, and that hex is 5 hold value. So that situation doesn't apply. And I don't think any of the other units are in danger of surround. No. So, no, I don't think any of the cards are going to apply. So therefore, it's just a case of, that's a town. Yeah, it's these guys here, isn't it? And that's a town. So these guys will get an IP, and that'll be that. Yeah, so IP for hex 0405. And I think that's right. that's allied impulse over. So back to us. Okay, going to play card 50, activate 58 core. And we're going to have a go at Bastogne, I think. Yeah. So, first things first, we're adjacent to a roadblock here. So, and it's in communication, yeah. So we need to do a roadblock reserve check for that. That's a 3, so it's on our dice roll, and hopefully we can get some higher numbers on the dice. Okay, yeah, I said communication. It's supply. This needs to trace supply, but it can trace supply. It's no problem there. Okay, so we take this away, and we roll greater than a 3, I hope. Oh, that dice has ended up cocked. I think it was rolling over at the 7 as well. Okay, I'll re-roll that because it's in between the 7 and the 1. It's on the angle. I know it's just rolled back to 1, but I'm going to re-roll that. I don't think that was fair. Okay, a 6. I'm pretty sure it was looking like a 7. Okay, so we're good. That looked like it was okay. Okay, going to move this unit towards Bastogne. So 1, 2, a couple of roadblocks to check. That's been the important one. I need to check this one as well, as it's the higher number. Let's say the rules say you should check this one first. So checking this one. Rolled an 8, so that's good. That's what we wanted for the second one though, really. Okay, and then checking this one. Okay, we rolled a 10. Good. So I'll put a remarker there saying that's been checked, although I'm pretty sure I'm going in there. Yeah, let's not mess about. And we go there for, that's the 3rd movement point. So now the big one. And check for Bastogne, and it's a 6. I've already used up an 8 and a 10 there though, wasn't it? Okay. Okay, here goes. Check. Roadblock check on a 6. Oh, don't know what it is. Oh, it's a 4. Okay, roadblock and Bastogne. Okay, going to see if I can move 116 maybe around the back a little bit. So, yeah, move him into here for 1, and then I've got to take a check here. So roadblock check for a 2. Get a 5, that's good. And then in there, oh, hang on. Yeah, that was 1 into there, and then another 2 movement points. So that's 3 movement points into there. I've then got to take a check for there and a check for the bridge. I don't know what the order was. Did we not discuss that yesterday? I'm not quite sure it matters. Anyway, I'll take the roadblock check first. So that's a 3. We've got a 9 there, so that's good. And then for the bridge, which is less important. Well, I still want it, yeah. So a 1 or a 2 would blow it. Okay, blown bridge. Okay, going to keep him moving anyway, so he's moved 3 movement points to there, so that's the 4th movement point. He's got to check for a roadblock there, another 2 check. That's a 3, just got away with it. I'm pretty sure that's where he's moving for his 5th point, isn't it? Yeah, he's moving in there for the 5th movement point, so I don't really need that cube. So we've got another roadblock check of 3 there and another bridge check to do. So we'll do the roadblock on the 3 first. That's a 6, that's good. Okay, let's avoid the bridge this time. Oh no! Bridges are both left, right and centre. Okay, here's an interesting one for you. I want to move this guy into Houffali's. So I'd prefer to just, I mean he's only going in there, so just cross the unbridged river. Rather than go here, take a roadblock check and all that nonsense. So, oh actually, wait, no. Oh yeah, I don't need to move that unit. So it says, bridge demolition check. So when this guy moves into here, he's then adjacent to this bridge and he's moved into it from the other side, if you like. So I'm guessing I've got to take a bridge demo check there. But ally supply needs to be traced to the hex directly across the bridge hex side. So if I move that guy into there, ally supply, yeah, no, it can, that's right. It can be traced to this hex. But what I thought about doing is, if I move this guy into here, then move him into there, then ally supply can't be traced to that hex, so I wouldn't need to do a bridge check. I think that's right. It does mean I'm having to move this guy to here and then stop though. I actually think I'm going to do that though. Because there's no... Where else am I going to put him? Okay, I could push him on here, but the blown bridges all around. Okay, so I'm going to move this guy into here. This might be totally... It does mean he's adjacent to a few hexes that maybe later on wouldn't need roadblock checks for. And I don't know the importance of this bridge anyway, but I do want to try and move in this guy because I should be able to surround this guy. Okay, so I'll move that guy to there. Move this guy across the Unbridged River into here. Then I believe I don't need to take a bridge check for that. I would also say that it's still an allied bridge until I maybe activate these guys again. I think that would work. But supply can't be traced to that hex. No, because it's surrounded. So I think that's right. Okay, I'm not going to move this guy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put since he's not moved, he's been activated, he's not moved, I'm going to put an IP on him, because he's got that 2 strength, he's only in a woods hex, and you never know. Okay, there's nothing right about him, but why not just chuck it on there if you're not going to move him? I think keeping him in that junction at the moment is probably wise. I don't know, maybe some of you guys would be pushing them forward. Same with this guy. Probably right, that's the plan. We need to move west, keep going west. Okay, I think that's the end of that activation. That's me only spent 2 points though. Sorry, I took the card away there. That was so that's only 2 points spent. So, and I've got 3 cards left in my hand, and I think I'm going to play all of these. Okay, so hopefully our final impulse of the day. I'm going to activate the 47 Panzer Corps. Initially, there's 2 roadblocks adjacent to the 47 Panzer Corps. This one is in supply, this one is not in supply, so it's just going to go away. This one, we're going to take it away and do a roadblock reserve check. So it's a 3. Oh my god. Okay. So there's going to be a reserve coming in there, I think. Okay, so we're placing a reserve from the same army as on-map unit closest to the position. So we're placing a first army reserve, and glancing across there, these are in the 3rd army with 2 5-core units that are from the the First Army though. And ideally you'd be wanting the 18th Corps or 7th Army. You know, it does the same. It does Division, Corps, but then Army is the last one. So we can get somebody from the Army. It's going to be one of the 5th Corps units. If there's more than one, we take the lowest numbered unit. So it's going to be the elite unit, isn't it? Yeah. So this elite unit's going to pop up here. So that was the robot reserve checks. Now to see where we're moving our 47th Panzer Corps units. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to bring this guy back anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4 into there. Okay, initially I thought I was going to get 2 battles and attack this guy. I can move this in 7. I've got a reinforced battle. That's 11 to 4. If it was 12 to 4, I might have considered it. But he's also in the forest. He's a forest IP and he's armoured too. I think we need more than that. And I don't want to move this out of Yosam because there's quite a few allies working. So I think it'll just have to be the battle down here. Okay, I'm going to move this guy adjacent anyway. I'm going to move this guy out of zone of control, 1, 2, and then back in, or 3, and that's going to be all my movement. So we're going to attack this hex. So attacking with 6, 10, 13, or 7, 20. That's 23. Oh, did I count that up right? Hang on. Yeah, so 23 to 3, or 7 to 1, but I'm gonna play a reinforced battle, and we're going to add not the green unit. We're going to add this guy to the battle. I'll just hang on. See, he's involved. That's an R4, so that's 27 to 3. So we've got 9 to 1 odds. Sure we're going to get this guy this time. It was horrendous last time, wasn't it? Okay, so chip pools. Well, I've no elites again. That's all. The only extra we're getting is from the guy with reinforced. So 1, 2, 3 units, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. So 8 chip pools. This is a 3-step unit, so that's 9. 10 chip pools because of the combat tactic. But I'm just really burning this card. I thought I was going to have a use for it. I did think there was going to be another combat here, just to get an extra chip pool. So I'm going to play infantry infiltration. I've got infantry in the battle. It's not going to do anything because he's in a town. You can't flank a town. So it's going to leave no cards in my hand, which is the main intention really. But we'll give him another chip pool. So what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it'll be 11 chip pools playing the infantry infiltration as well. This guy's surrounded, so he's not going to get an undetected defender. But again, he is going to get a combat tactic, so let's see what he gets. Oh, good. In fact, did we not get that the last time when I attacked him? So it's going to be engineers for his combat tactic, and he's in a town, so that he doesn't benefit from that. I think it was that we got the last time, so it didn't help us. And we had 11 chip pools, and I only took 8 or something, so Pretty sure that might not happen this time. Okay, so maximum of 11, minimum of 2 chip pools. So I'll go and grab the 2 and we'll see what's what. Okay, there's the 2 chip pools. He's in a town, so that applies, and large attack is going to apply for sure. So I've got an A1 at the moment. Right, I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to take the whole 11 chits, and then at least I can't say, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. So 9 more chits come in. Okay, there we go. All 11 pulled. This is the last one that I drew as well, the 6 to 1. I was like, yes, because I'm pretty sure I counted up till I'm only getting 2 hits. I might be wrong. Yeah, look at that. 2 attacker green chits. We didn't have this guy in the fight though. Defender green. None of these applied. Like I say, flank attack, he's in a town. All the others do apply. It's the 5th Panzer Army. A couple of large attacks. And this one pleasantly reducing one of our hits. So I think we've got him this time, guys. I'll just count the numbers up. Yeah, 5 hits to him this time and 1 to us, so we'll no mess about. He's gone this time. And we'll just have a look, see what we're going to take as our hit. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take the hit on this, the 39th, the 26th Division. And we'll see a bit of advancing. Okay, so we're going to keep the wire units together, so he's going to advance. We'll take Clairvaux. He's going to advance 1 into there. Now, this bridge is not in supply from this hex for the Allies, so we don't need to do a bone bridge check, demolition check. And then his second advance, hang on a sec. Yeah, don't know what I was thinking about there. There's no problem crossing this bridge, I don't believe. So, and when we do that, we'll claim that bridge. Yeah, so the other 2 wire units are going to join him, so we'll keep them together, obviously. And yeah, there's no real point in doing them, so his infantry might move in here though. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'm just going to advance all these guys in. There's well being in the town, I think, adjacent to the bridge. And this guy too. Yeah, so I think that's it. Yeah, so that's our activation over and our impulse over, and we've no cards left in hand. So we'll just clear things away here. We'll get 1 more allied impulse and we'll be done with the 17th. Okay, so last impulse of the day for the allies. Let's see what they get. 8 core. Well, I don't have any reserves, so deploy all reserves. No. Activate all units. Okay, let's. They don't have any in the reserve box. Well, let's see if they can activate them. Oh dear, this ain't good. Okay, he's got 3 units in 8 core. This one here has got the IP that is surrounded, and these 2 are in towns. So none of them can take an IP, which is what I usually look for. None of the other reasons to activate them are applicable. I thought this one was, but it's only if it's in danger of surround, and it specifically says, to be honest, on the player raid card it just says in danger of surround and not in a BP hex. But in the rulebook it's in danger of surround but not surrounded and not in a VP hex. Well, this guy is surrounded, so that doesn't apply. And the thing that I'm gutted about is So we're not activating them. The next thing down is the event withdrawal, and yeah, I already had a look at that. And it says move one surrounded allied unit stack in a non-VP hex to an adjacent hex from which it can trace communication regardless of enemy zone and controls. If more than one hex available, move to a friendly occupied hex, then to a hex closest to the rearward direction. If more than one unit is eligible, move the unit stack with the most steps, then the easternmost. So, yeah, this guy's going to get himself out of surrounded on the last impulse of the day. Great. Okay, so well, he can't come in here, he couldn't trace communication in there, but he's got a choice of these two hexes. It says if there's a choice of two, move to a friendly occupied, that's not applicable. Then to a hex closest to the rearward direction, which is following the withdrawal arrow, but withdrawal arrow's down there. So, and then if you look up rearward, it says it's close to the withdrawal arrow, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be that hex. Yeah, that's what I'm going to take. It's closer than that hex to the withdrawal direction. So he's going to move in there. When he moves, he's going to lose his IP. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, when he moves out the hex and leaves the hex empty, he loses his IP. So, yeah, there you go. I thought we were getting a low supply on that guy, and he's dodged out of it. Okay, that's the last of the impulses of the day, so I'll just go to the end of the day segment. Okay, so end of the day, with all the combat chits, go back into the cup. Remove all dispersed now. Fuel markers, we've got dispersed first SS up there. I think that was only one though. There's no out of fuel yet. And we should have checked victory conditions first, but they don't start until the 20th anyway. And advance the day marker. So hopefully you can see the situation. I'll take these off. These were unit activated cores. At the moment, I don't know if things are looking great or not. We've got a unit west of Bastogne, but Bastogne's got the road block. Yeah, I don't know. It looks okay, I guess. I'm enjoying going to carry on with it anyway, and the 18th brings a lot of this box up here, a lot of allied reserves. So this is when they start getting nasty, and they also bring a new deployment method as well, which generally means they're going to come out no matter what. Okay, I'll end this one here, guys. Hopefully get uploaded soon. Just check it out and the likes, and hopefully it's going okay. I maybe started rabbiting on a wee bit more again, so I'll try and watch that. But I'll hopefully catch you on the 18th. Okay, cheers. Okay, just look back over the video just before I was going to upload it, and I don't know what happened here. Regarding the withdrawal, Bet Martin, you were thinking, I've got you here, he's made a mistake. Which, yeah, I did. Hopefully just caught it in time to change it here before I put the video up, but says maybe okay. Anyway, I listened to myself and I read the withdrawal instructions out right to the last bit. If more than one unit is eligible, move the unit stack with the most steps, then the easternmost. So I don't know whether I read that western. You know what? I don't think I did read it as westernmost. I think what I had on my mind was we were activating the 8th Corps, and I just focused on that unit. But the withdrawal event had nothing to do with being an 8 Corps unit. It just needed to be a surrounded unit. And we've got 3 surrounded units. I'll zoom out there a bit, which I'm sure you know. Any of you have been watching this one up here, but this one's in a victory point hex, and that's a condition not to want to move it. Allied unit in a non-VP hex, so yeah, so that one doesn't apply. But the one down here, and which is the most easternmost as well, is this unit here, and he's in a town, but he's surrounded. And like I say, it was just, my thinking was just, I think it was because of the 8 core card I had in my hand, and that's what focused me on that unit, and I've even considered the other ones. So I'm pretty sure it should be this one. This is the easternmost. Like I say, that is the easternmost anyway, even if that wasn't in a VP hex. So just let me have a look, and I'll change things here. Okay, yeah, so this unit is going to move. He's got a choice of 2 hexes, and this one is in the rear. What is it? It spells it out as rearward direction, which I had to look up the rules for that. Thought it would have said withdrawal direction, but that's what it means. If you look into the, what is it, 10.3, the Allied Action card terminology, it's got move back, and in brackets it's got rearward direction, and it says when moving a unit, avoid entering a German zone control if possible. In any case, move in the direction indicated by the withdrawal arrow in each hex. So he's going to move in there. It then puts some in supply and well, it was communication it's looking for, but it puts them into both supply and communication. So I'll put the armoured unit back, which I guess is nice for us. I mean, maybe that's a bonus to us, really. We probably want to get at that armour unit and not quite as fussed about that. Anyway, I'll put that straight, and hopefully get on to the 18th now, guys. Okay, cheers.